Welcome to StantonMD. I'm board certified emergency physician Dr. Ryan Stanton. Today, a beautiful spring day in the Bluegrass here at Keeneland Racecourse for their spring meet, and we're going to talk about health and safety when it comes to what could be a quite dangerous sport with man versus animal, or machine as we can call it. Significant injuries, everything from sprains and breaks to significant chest, back injuries, and most worrisome head injuries. We're going to talk to some of the jockeys about some of the experiences they've had and what they do to stay healthy and safe. And finally, today we're going to wrap up with an update with our friend Team Ryan Cremines, who's finished his treatment for cancer, and we're going to talk with them as he rings the bell, finishing his treatment for cancer. Stay with us. This is StantonMD. All of the jockeys we've spoken with had some injuries, some worse than others. There also seem to be some common themes for the milder musculoskeletal injuries.
Do we have an hour or more to say how many injuries we have? All kind of injuries. Obviously, in my 27-year career, I had plenty of falls, and I break a lot of part of my bones. And yeah, I had an accident here in Keeneland. I don't remember the year where I won the race, galloping out the horse. Fell in, and I actually fell roll over on top of me, ended up breaking my collarbone and my shoulder blade.
Hurt my ankles and sprains and all that stuff throughout my body.
A rib?
Basically, the most common injury is collarbone, and I'm sure most jockeys will say that's the first one they will get. I had a collarbone, finger, shoulder blade, legs, concussions, so pretty much the standards.
Injuries, I've had a few sprains, jammed finger, some really sore back. I've taken a couple spills where I've had head injury to where maybe, I wouldn't even say it was concussion, but I had to take a day or two off. But besides that, I have been pretty fortunate. I haven't really had any breaks. I have not been hospitalized. So hopefully I'm not jinxing myself right now by saying that.
But there are also more serious and potentially life and career threatening injuries.
Multiple broken ribs and two fractures in my pelvis. That just happened during the winter time.
I've had multiple concussions. I've had a collarbone, 9 screws, plate put in. I broke my vertebrae. I broke my back. Punctured lungs, fractured ribs. And like I say, I've hurt my ankles and sprains and all that stuff.
When I came to the United States, like 2 months after, I broke my back and 3 vertebrae, and then it takes me 6 months to heal and come back to racing.
Legs, concussions.
Last one that I had in 2013, where I had to remove my spleen, repair my pancreas and my kidney.
This is a common threat in the world of horse racing. Almost every day at some track around the world, a horse and jockey are taking a spill, with the threat of minor injuries all the way up to major multi-system trauma.
Every surface is different, and also it's the kind of falls that you take too, you know, because you can see the least little thing and it became like a big injury, and it's the most horrific accident. You go, wow, you walked away from that. So it's not necessarily a track, it's the kind of fall that you take, and how much you bounce when you do fall, or what kind of position when you do fall that you ended up landing on. I think that's the landing is the most important, part that you have to worry about.
Of course, the risk of injury may decrease with experience, but will also naturally rise with increased exposures to racing conditions. Unlike many sports where you participate once or a few times a week, jockeys may race at tracks around the world throughout the entire year and nearly on a daily basis, with up to 4 to 8 races per day. With that, the numbers quickly add up.
The last few years, about 1,000 races, less than 1,000 races.
Coming up, we're going to talk about some of the things that jockeys do to stay healthy and safe, from everything from diet and exercise to the protective equipment they wear every day here on race day. More StantonMD coming up. Stay with us.
Do you own or work for a business that advances health and safety of the public or its employees? Then you may be interested in becoming a sponsor of StantonMD. There are various opportunities for sponsorship, from the show to the website, social media, print, or a combination. For more information on becoming part of StantonMD, Contact Jen at info@StantonMD.com. That's info@StantonMD.com. Now, back to the show.